Chef Manu Letellier and this is Chef Kyoko.
Hello.
We are from the Sushi School and sushirobots.eu. Now, we've been for the last 12 years helping a lot of businesses all around Europe and individuals to set up their sushi restaurants.
Yeah, and still today we receive questions from all sorts of people, businesses, individuals, about the sushi robots and tools. So here today in this video, we're going to share with you all these latest cool products that a professional sushi kitchen must have.
It's not must have. Well, it's not must have. You can have them. Let's say that this is the really cool, exciting place if you're a sushi chef. Now, we've got a selection, as Kyoko said, of lots of different things, and we're going to go through one by one. But the first one, the most important one, is the handai.
Yeah.
Now, the handai traditionally is made out of cypress wood. This is pine wood. That's what you usually find in Europe. It's good, it's beautiful, but it's forbidden in most countries because of the wood. So you can have splinters in it, and wood in kitchens nowadays it's not really liked, unfortunately. Now, handais are good, however, you can have mold developing onto it. So I'm trying to show you here, I hope you can see, but basically the mold does grow on it, even if you clean it very, very, very thoroughly.
Yeah, and that's because particularly you have to prepare this when you use it. You've got to soak it in the water, otherwise the sherry would stick to the surface and it's going to be a nightmare. So it's got the humidity all the time, although you clean it and try to dry it after the service, it's a bit moist all the time. So the mildew, you know, it's not really good.
So it does come up. So there are new tools that have been just arriving on the market, and this is it. That's my little baby. It's a handai, but latest generation handai. It's still made in Japan. And this is really cool because it's made out of resin. So it's super light, like very light.
Well, let me carry that as well.
She does it. It's very light.
It's really light.
Also, wonderful demonstration. So it's very light, but above all, it's resin. So it doesn't smell of plastic, nothing. It's dishwasher safe and it's antibacterial. It's really cool. Also, an innovation in comparison to the old ones is the slanted angle.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, it's just this side tapering in.
That's right. So the rice cools down a little bit quicker because you've got more airflow.
Yeah.
And also it allows you to come right in the corners to get the latest grains of rice, which is quite tricky with that because you're going to come and break the grains of rice if you do that. Now, this is the handai. And with the handai, traditionally, you use a shamoji. This one, I think, came with the rice cooker, I believe. What you need to look for in a shamoji is basically two things. First, no wood, ideally, or soak it in water beforehand. But before, you need to look for a very thin end. The thinner, the better. That's
very important, isn't it?
Yeah, because you want to cut the grains.
Yeah,
and not...
you don't want to squash the rice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, this is okay, but this is better. This is the latest one that came on the market. It comes with the handai, and basically it's got a waving pattern here. So the rice really doesn't stick to it. Again, it's antibacterial, it goes in the dishwasher. But for me, the biggest advantage of all is the length of this. Because when you make shari, you do this all the time. And after a while, you break literally your wrist. So this allows you to really hold it against your arm, and it's your whole body who mixes the shari. And
it does help. It does help. Yeah, I was using that the other day, and even for ladies, it's really light, and it's just nice grip. You know, it's just really nice, perfect size, and not too big, not too narrow. So it just makes your job super easy. It's a really great thing
for the shari preparation of it. Now, once you've got your shari made, you can obviously use, and you have to use, rolling mats. Now, we've got different types of rolling mats here.
Yeah, the traditional ones.
Alors, traditional, why? And tell us the difference between those two.
Well, this is the very, very everyday kind of makisu, yeah, made of bamboo, untreated, just simple sticks. And then what usually happens in most restaurant kitchen is that you cling film it, yeah. And the same thing.
Always, yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Cling film.
Because we make lots of Californian rolls, so you've got to protect it, yeah. And then the next one up is a bit more sort of upmarket one from Japan. One side is really well, each stick is flat and wide. So the advantage of it, as far as I'm concerned, is that you can make a real nice square shapes. Yeah. So that's what it is. Again, you've got to cling film it.
The issue with that is we see a lot of restaurants, obviously, because we help a lot of people. And each time, well, basically, the cling film has to be changed every day.
But do you change yours every day?
Cheeky, do you?
Well, I will.
Well, I hope you are. So this gets also mildew on it and black.
Yes.
So you throw that in the bin and it's not really cool. Now, the Japanese have came up with the latest technology, as usual, and this is the latest one. These are plastic mats, again, dishwasher safe and antibacterial. So as you can see, you've got a different pattern here. Then on the other side is flat, and here you've got lots of little dots, so you can put the rice directly on it, it doesn't stick. And you've got 3 different sizes. You've got small, medium, and large.
Yeah.
So basically you can make hozomaki, futomaki, uramaki. You can use the same roll for the 3 types of rolls. That's no problem.
Yeah.
So that's a cool tool. We really like it.
Yeah, basically what you do at the end of the service, just stick it into the dishwasher and it comes out absolutely clean. It's great
so
stuff.
Film, easy peasy.
And it is really important because lots of, food hygiene officials, they don't like these things anymore.
Especially if you are like working in not a single restaurant but a chain of restaurants, then this is like a,
absolutely, that's great.
That. It's much easier.
Yeah.
Now, so we've done shari, we looked at the makitsu, the sushi mats, and now chopping board.
Yeah.
Now, this is where I am a little bit excited. It is the chopping boards. These chopping boards are special chopping boards. They are designed by a company called Hasegawa, and they are just awesome. They are awesome for 2 reasons. The first one is we've actually cut a little bit of one just to show you how it's made. It's made from a wooden core inside. So it does not bend. That's the first thing.
Even after being washed in a super high temperature dishwasher, that's a trick.
It's true.
It does not bend.
It doesn't bend, so that's really cool. But what we really like is the surface here.
Yeah.
Because this, for the knives, is just heaven. Yeah. You will not damage your knife. So this is one of our knives, and if you look, doesn't make noise, you can cut, and it just basically doesn't damage your blade. So if you have a very expensive knife, you're sharpening it, you take great care of it, this will carry on taking care of your knives like for ages.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, and then there are different sizes. So this is the medium one, but one of the largest is this one. So this is a typical size that any sushi chefs in Japan would have on the counter,
Perfect for salmon. If you've got a big salmon, just put it on, straight working on that. A lot of restaurants nowadays like cling film all their worktops and then stick everything. It's crazy because the amount of cling film used is
it really is. It really
ridiculous.
is. And these ones are particularly suitable for meat and fish.
Yeah.
And what it is that the surface is really nicely textured so that nothing swims on your chopping board.
That's true. That's true.
It's sometimes you get the very clean, smooth surface.
If you look,
your fish moves around. It's just so annoying.
If you look very, very close, I don't know if you actually can see very closely, but it is micro spikes, so the food holds onto it, and that's quite cool. Now, if the food doesn't hold onto it, you've got this, which is the non-slip mat, and that can be used to hold the fish, obviously, but it can be used to hold anything. Yeah. So a lot of chefs use it under the chopping board, and then it will never move ever again. Yeah. But what we have here today is a selection of lifters, which are really cool. Now, if you do events, catering, or if you have a small worktop, or if you're a big guy like me, you don't like to break your back.
Yeah.
So here you see the chopping board, it's quite high up.
Yeah.
Because we've got some of these. So I'll show you.
There you go.
There you go. Now these are chopping board lifters, basically.
So I won't take it. Excuse me.
And that's it.
It does come off. It does
come off. Again, it's dishwasher proof.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've got 3 different, basically, sizes. Now, the biggest advantage with these is 2 advantages. First, you can really be tall and it won't break your back, and you can work like this anywhere, which is pretty cool. But the most important thing is the fact that your board does not touch the table.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind putting these back under, basically it's hygienic because you can use both sides of the chopping board. You don't need to, well, basically you don't need to clean it or whatever. You can just turn it around if you are in a hurry and use the other side.
Yeah.
Okay, all good?
And also, another thing is, if you notice, at the bottom part, you've got a little bit of this. So it's absolutely secure. It does not move. So that's a bit of a trick. And again, you know, if you don't need much of lifting, like, you know, if you're like me, shorter, you go for something like this. And for him, you know, much taller one. For
like this. Well, that's what I use. It's very good. Now, with these, you can also get smaller chopping boards with no wood core, okay? It is made out of the same material than this, and they are color-coded. So you can have one for fish, one for vegetables, one for allergies, for example, if you work with, I don't know.
Ah, we forgot to mention that.
Which ones?
With them. We've got green, blue, beige, you know, so you can color code them as well. Because these days you get celiac people, you know, who can't eat fish, you know, all these things. So basically with them, you can color code just like chopping board.
Exactly. Yeah. So very important in the kitchen, color code, no cross contamination. Yeah. That's, well, that's very important. So,
and, this one, Okay, so like any other chopping board, you know, the colors start to stain the surface of the chopping board as you go along, you know, and then this is what you can use to scrape the surface dirt off, and then your surface will be just as new.
This is really, really cool. It's got 2 different sides. We use it a lot in our kitchen on a daily basis. It's not to make your chopping board brand new. It is to make sure that it doesn't get worn out. So it's to use on a daily basis, basically, like this, and it makes it brand new. Use it a little bit every day, and it's great. It's a really good tool for chopping.
And also, it is not really just for these chopping boards. You can actually use this for wood surface and other surfaces. So it is a really good, useful one. Little tool.
So lots of different tools. Yeah. We're gonna hang on. We still have 2 or 3 things. Yeah. Basically, I wanted to show you these. These are rice nets, Teflon coated rice nets. 1 meter by 1 meter, and you put that in your rice cooker. Now, if you have a rice cooker, like, you know, like a Panasonic or whatever, like a rounded rice cooker, they don't have handles, so it's a pain to take it off. You take lots of paper, you lift it, and then you turn it to get the rice out. With these, you just
basically line the rice cooker pot. Yeah, and then put the washed rice in there. Or actually, what lots of kitchens do is to put the unwashed dry rice here, and then get all these 4 corners, so that it's all secure. You can lift the whole thing, and you fill it with the water, massage it, lift it, check out stomachy water. That goes back into the pot, and then fill it with the water and wash. It's really handy.
So it's a good way to wash your rice, but also to cook it. So you just lift it in the rice cooker. And I'm a big guy, so for me it's okay to lift the 6 kilos of cooked rice and to turn it. But for not so big guys, like Kyoko-san, then it's much easier because she doesn't have to burn her fingers. Yeah. She can take it, leave the rice, and put it away.
Yeah, the other day when we're doing the event, that's exactly what I did. Just the, excuse me, there are other things that I wanted to say. And, you know, all you do is just basically lift the cooked rice, just like that, from the pot, empty it into this big thing and a mix, And another beauty which is very, very good and useful, is that it prevents the rice from catching the heat at the bottom.
Yeah.
You know, you always get the brown bits at the bottom and you waste so much rice, but this does help you not to have that, you know, reduce that amount.
Also, a good washed rice will stop any brown bits at the bottom.
Yeah.
So wash
So
your
this
rice
is-
well.
This is really, really, really good.
Now, we just have a minute, so we're just going to finish very quickly on 3 other things, 3 other items. There is this, and this is a liner. Now, when your sherry is made, you want to move it into a box that keeps it for a long time.
Yeah.
Up till, 24 hours without any problem. This is a sherry liner. So that's your sherry box. And you just put that in the box, up, like this, put your rice in it, and then fold it back and put the lid. And that will stop any condensation from developing, so it will keep your sherry for much longer, much better quality.
Yeah, and I wonder if you can see the actual close-up or the surface. It's, you know, special coating on this side so that the rice would not stick at all. And I know it is a bit of cheating, but in fact, if you use this liner, you don't particularly have to watch the box inside because it just
Don't
keeps
listen
everything.
to her, you have to watch the boxes.
Okay. But it's that good. It is that good.
It is a very good product.
Yeah, so there you go.
Then, just to finish off, we've got another couple of things we want to show you. There is something that was developed by a chain of sushi restaurants, and it's quite cool. It's this. It's called a K-mask, and you basically stick it on like this, and if you're in front of the customer and they are germ, not freaks, but they are concerned about germs, then you can put it like this and do your stuff and talk, and then it's clean. So that's just another bit of kit for hygiene.
And it comes in a box like this.
It
Quite
comes
pretty.
in the box like this. And then, just to finish, it's the kawaii bit, so I'll let you talk to you about it.
Well, basically these are cutters, So you get the nori, insert it under here, and then you press from the top. And then you get the cutout of this panda face or the smiley face, so that you can make the rice bowl and decorate it with the panda face.
That's great for kids if you do like takeaway boxes and so on.
Really is, yes.
It costs nothing, and it's a really cheap way, of changing a dish into a
great presentation.
kids friendly.
Yeah.
Whew.
So.
That's it.
Yeah, I think that's all the tools that we've got today. I'm sure, next year or next month or whenever, we get the new ones, we will show them to you.
Yeah, stay tuned. Basically, we hope you enjoyed it. If you have any more questions,
visit our website.
Drop us a line, give us a call. We're here to help. We hope you enjoyed it. See you later.
Thank you.
Happy sushi making.
Bye.